Welcome back to Flow Fanatic. Today's day number 24 of 25. We're on a 25-day journey solving 25 different Salesforce challenges with flows. A quick reminder to sign up for the daily challenges and subscribe to our YouTube channel in the links below. Let's go ahead and dive into today's challenge. So I'm really excited about today's challenge because it came from our audience. So a shout out to Swapnil, who messaged me yesterday. And so the challenge he was dealing with is he has to deploy changes from a sandbox to production. And when he does that, he needs to go ahead and freeze a number of users in their instance in order to make sure that people aren't logging in while the changes are being deployed. And so I don't actually know what he used to be doing, but likely, probably a lot of people who run into this scenario, they go in and they freeze users one by one, or maybe they do it through the data loader, but it's still, even through the data loader, it's a cumbersome process, right? You need to export certain records, you need to change those records, and then you need to load them back in. So today's challenge is around freezing users with a single click in Salesforce. The cool thing is that we can actually apply this challenge to a number of different ideas, with the largest idea being something that's been open for 7 years. It has 411 votes, and it's around freezing users for delegated admins, right? So in order to actually freeze users, you need the manage users permission. And this appears to be an issue for a number of different orgs. So today's challenge is going to kind of incorporate some of these ideas that I bring up. So the first one right here is freezing users for delegated admins, right? So people who don't have that manage user permission, we still want them the ability to freeze users. So we won't necessarily cover this specific use case per se, but you can use what we're doing in order to incorporate this. The second idea is a mass freeze button, right? And that's so clicking a button that mass freezes, a large base of your users. Obviously, you never want to try and freeze all users. And I don't actually believe it's possible to do that. You definitely can't freeze yourself. And then the final idea, and I don't actually have it, I closed it about 10 or 15 minutes ago, but the other idea was around incorporating freezing users as part of a workflow, right? And again, that's part of today's challenge is we're building automation, and part of the automation actually freezes specific users. So let's take a look at what this looks like. And then again, I'll go over at a high level what the actual challenge and ask is. So we're in Salesforce, okay? And I have this little quick utility item. Click on deactivate, and it says to freeze all users in the standard platform user profile, select next. So we're going to come over here, we're going to click the gear icon, we're going to click on setup, click on users, come down, and we'll look for the user that has the standard platform user. Click on them. We can see right now they're not frozen, right? There's a button that says freeze. So let's come back here. And all we're looking for with today's challenge is basically create a button, right? Create a screen element where when we click the button, it goes ahead and it freezes all users for a given profile, for a couple different profiles. You can choose and be creative here. For me, it was just the standard platform user profile. So whether it's one user that has that profile or it's 25 users that have that profile, when I go ahead and click on next, all of those users will be frozen. We'll come back in here and just look at this freeze button. I'll go ahead and refresh the page. And now it's marked as unfreeze. So again, at a high level, we need some visualization where we're able to click a button. And when we click that button, we can deactivate either all the users for a given profile or all the users for multiple profiles. And when we click that button, it allows us to freeze all the users from either one given profile or multiple profiles, etc. So that's the challenge for today. Good luck, and let me know if you have any questions.